Hi, my name is Sharon Enzalaco. I'm a certified lactation counselor at the St. Tammany Parish Hospital Community Wellness Center in the WIC office. This is Natalie Guy. She is a employee with us and a breastfeeding mother of two. We're here today to answer any questions you may have about breastfeeding and give you some information about breastfeeding. We're celebrating National Breastfeeding Month, and behind us you'll hear some people. We have a large display, giveaways, food, prizes, and information for any mom who's interested in breastfeeding.
Thank you, Sharon. Natalie, why don't you share with us your initial experience when you first breastfed your son?
Well, my first child was fully breastfed, but he was not the easiest start. I had a little bit of a trouble in the beginning getting started, and I actually came here to the Wellness Center, and they were the ones who helped me get through my difficult time and supported me through it, as well with my family. And he ended up being the longest child I breastfed, which was kind of ironic that it worked out that way. And then when I had my daughter, my second born, everything went much better. It was a much smoother experience, and I accredit some of that too is some of the information I've learned here from the Wellness Center, from our friends, and also working here too. Has always helped.
What resources does the Community Wellness Center offer to moms who may be in the situation that you were in with your son and, struggling?
We do new baby support groups, breastfeeding support groups. The parenting center next door helps as well. Sharon teaches the breastfeeding support groups. So do you want to comment?
So we have a breastfeeding support group the first Thursday of every month at 11 o'clock. We have a warm line if you're having trouble with breastfeeding and you need someone to speak with. It's not a hotline because we don't pick it up immediately, but it's a warm line, so we'll call you back that day and talk to you about whatever problems you may be having. We have breastfeeding classes the second Friday of every month at 11 o'clock that is open to the public, and we have 3 certified lactation counselors on staff here, and we're working on adding more. All of us are getting our certification, so you'll get help at any avenue when you come into the WIC office. But whether or not you're on WIC, you're welcome to come in and get help. We have drop-in Fridays also. Right now they're Fridays from 1 to 2. If you're having problems, come in. We're going to go into a quiet room, sit down with you, and do whatever we need to do to help you out.
What number should they call for the warm line?
Warm line is 985-871-6022.
Okay, and they just leave a message on the warm line, and then one of our certified lactation counselors calls them back.
Correct. So just leave a detailed message with your name, your phone number, and what kind of problem you might be having, and we will get back to you before the end of the day.
Okay, perfect. What sort of bonding experience does breastfeeding create between mother and baby?
You want to take that one?
Sure. It's in the beginning when you just have a newborn, everybody's tired, the baby's new to the world. Sometimes things can be difficult. Some mothers can feel overwhelmed and tired, and when you're nursing your child and you're holding your baby, it's just like no other experience. You get this perfect one-on-one time that it's hard to explain, but it's like you can't really recreate that feeling when you're bonding with your baby and knowing that you are the one nourishing your baby and you can't be replaced with that is such a good feeling. And it's just when you look down and you're nursing your baby and you know that you're the one sustaining their life, it's just it's a really good feeling, and I hope that everybody gets to experience it.
Yeah, I would love everybody to experience that. It's unexplainable and amazing. So,
what sort of immunity does your baby receive from you through breastfeeding?
The colostrum is when you first have your baby. The first milk is called colostrum. It's not exactly the same as your regular breast milk. It's more packed with immunities. Some people consider it the very first immunization for your baby. It helps all the natural antibodies from mom pass through to the baby, and it really helps keep that newborn that really is susceptible to diseases. It really helps that newborn stay strong and healthy.
Correct. It also aids in digestion to help get all those first stools out. Easily digestible. Babies are less fussy,
which is always good.
Yeah, it's the perfect first food.
Why did you opt to breastfeed over formula?
There was a lot of reasons. Convenience was a big one for me. I knew I was going to be going back to work. My husband went back to work soon, and I knew that by breastfeeding, the middle of the night feedings would go a lot better. I would be able to pick up my son and then eventually my daughter, breastfeed them, put them back to sleep. I didn't have to get up in the middle of the night and fix a bottle, clean a bottle, worry about, did I mix this right? Was this enough ounces? I just put the baby to the breast, fed them, and put the baby back to sleep. And I knew that I could go back to sleep quicker. It was a really good reason to make me want to do it.
And I just always knew I was going to breastfeed. My mother breastfed.
Same with me.
Yeah, there was no question about it because I knew it was going to be best for my daughter, for her health, and for us. And so she's now 23. Our bond is amazing, and I attribute part of that to that early bond set with breastfeeding.
And another reason, it helps the mothers heal faster too.
Sure does.
It helps every time you breastfeed, especially in the beginning, your stomach contracts, so it can help you with feeling better after you've had a baby, and there's lots of healthy benefits for you, not just the baby too.
Right, including reduced risk of breast cancer is a big one. And you're also burning 500 calories a day, which is
It's always a good
that's
thing.
a bonus. So. So,
And then also with, you touched on the aids in digestion, that goes even later on in life, not just for the newborns. When your baby goes to start solid, sometimes it's an easier transition because the baby, your breast milk can actually have traces of the foods you eat, so your baby can adjust to solid table food easier as well too.
right, they also tend to be less picky because they've had those different flavors in the breast milk. Children who have breastfed also have a reduced rate of SIDS, lower rate of obesity, lower rate of diabetes later on in life. There's just so many benefits. We could just go on and on.
Well, knowing that the Community Wellness Center Warm Line and Drop-In Fridays are open to the entire general public, even if you're not a patient here, let's talk a little bit more about being an actual patient here. And how does breastfeeding start? What is our new family center doing currently to encourage people to breastfeed?
So New Family Center has we're on a path to what they call baby friendly, and part of that is with the breastfeeding. What they do is we are now doing skin to skin. So when a baby is born, as long as mom and baby are medically stable, they're going to put that baby directly onto mom's chest. This is going to help stabilize the baby's temperature, breathing, heart rate. It's also going to help with the prolactin for the mom who may be breastfeeding. They're going to try and do that first feeding within that first magic hour that they have when you first have your baby. They have certified lactation consultants on the floor available to help you, as well as other nurses who are trained to help with any problems you maybe have before you leave the hospital. You want to be comfortable before you leave the hospital. But if you have problems, that's when you're going to come to us. So we're working hand in hand together, them with us, to make sure that a mom is successful with her breastfeeding attempts. So.
What do you guys recommend for a mom who may have to go back to work?
That will
I was
be
about to
yours.
say, I can really help with that. I worked full-time here at the Wellness Center for my son's first full year of life, and I accredit a lot of that to the Wellness Center and everybody being so supportive. I was able to fully pump. My son didn't have any formula. I was able to take pump breaks here, store the milk in a cooler, bring it home, and whoever was watching my son was able to give him the fresh breast milk or frozen, depending on the week. It can be challenging at times, but we can help you with it. We can give you the guidelines for the milk storage, and we can help you with that. It can be done. I know some moms, that's a really big concern, going back to work or school, and it just takes a little bit of planning, and it really, once you get in the practice of it, it's just second nature. You go to take your little breaks, you pump, put your milk in the cooler or the fridge if your work has that, bring it home to baby, and then feed the baby up there.
And WIC does offer moms who are breastfeeding, for the first month we have hospital grade pumps that they are able to take if they are in need of a pump. But once the baby is a month old, depending on individual criteria, we have personal double electric pumps that we will provide to the moms so that they don't have to worry about, where am I going to get a pump? How am I going to get a pump? So that's part of the WIC program.
That's great. Wrapping things up, we don't have any further questions, but I just want to recap on where new moms can get this information or where moms that are struggling can get this information. So if we could recap on the warm line, the drop-in Fridays.
All right. So the warm line again, that number is 985-871-6022. If you have other questions, the number at the Community Wellness Center is 985-871-6030.
And they can always go to www.stph.org.
Correct.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks.